Hey potheads, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining. I'm your host Starbuck, aka the Prince of Dorkness, and today is my day off reading comics. And so I wanted to share with you the books that I read, give you a quick thumbs up, thumbs down type of rating, and tell you my pick of the week. So, without further ado, let's talk comics. Hey potheads, welcome back. Alright, so the first book we're going to talk about today is Hulk, because I started with Marvel. And Hulk number 4 by Donny Cates and Ryan Ottley. This book's been kind of up and down for me. The first couple of issues I really didn't enjoy. The third one, I thought, ooh, I'm going to get on board with this story. I'm really going to like this. Fourth one, the artwork is fantastic. I really love Ryan Ottley's artwork. But the story is kind of hit or miss for me. So I'm going to say right in the middle. If you're a huge Hulk fan, it's probably going to be right up your alley. Next up, Moon Knight. So this issue of Moon Knight was a lot of fun. Moon Knight, the main character, Mark Spector, is currently in jail for the day. And we get to see Hunter's Moon in a whole lot of action. It's a really action-packed issue, and I really enjoy the artwork. Once again, really enjoyed Moon Knight. It's a big thumbs up. X-Men number 8. So I mentioned last week, I'm not a big fan of the Hickman run, and I got a little just tired of reading it. But since the new team picked up, we're now in the 8th issue, and I mean, I really like the story with MODOK in it. All around, X-Men was really good this week. Big thumbs up. All right, so getting into Image Comics, I started with King Spawn. King Spawn is a book that I feel like gets increasingly better every single week, or every single month, I should say. But it is one of those books that's kind of grown on me a little bit, and I really like the direction it's going in. One of the things about reading all of the Spawn books is that I really like that you can get more out of them by reading all of them, but they're absolutely not necessary. You can just read King Spawn, you can just read Gunslinger, you can just read the Scorched. You're going to get a lot more from the overall world if you read all of them, but each one of these is completely standalone, and kudos, Todd, for doing that. The writing, too, on the book is fantastic. Todd's not writing this one. Of course, he always does edits and whatnot, but he did write Gunslinger this month, and Gunslinger, once again, does not fail to impress. Every week, this is consistently the strongest Spawn book. In the current issues, we've got the Violator, the clown, is trying to recruit Gunslinger to his cause and getting Spawn into hell on his throne to become the king of hell. Definitely worth checking out. Big thumbs up for Gunslinger this week. Next, we got the Scorched. Scorched, of course, is the team-up book of the Spawn universe. So you've got She-Spawn. I almost said She-Hulk. You've got She-Spawn. You've got Al Simmons Spawn. You've got Medieval Spawn. You've got the Plague Spawn is one of the villains in the story. All around, definitely starting to enjoy this book more with each issue. And I really like that you are kind of getting, from reading Gunslinger, as you're seeing the clown try to recruit Gunslinger. And this book kind of feels like it's a little bit in the future. They're all working together. It kind of makes you go, oh, I see what happened there. So I'm enjoying this book. I think it's even better with the rest of them. Scorched is a big thumbs up. A big thumbs up to everything from Image Comics that I read this week. I mean, really, all 3 books were this close to being tied for first, but just got edged out by something else. So I've got next, as you guys probably know from last week, I'm getting my books monthly. This was the last monthly shipment. So I have 3 issues of the weekly detective comics that I read. Issue 1052, 1053, 1054. The one thing that is fantastic that no one can deny is if you're spending the extra like 50 cents or whatever it is to get these Lee Bermejo cardstock variants, every one of them is beautiful. Like, just beautiful covers. So I've been reading this whole, I think it's a 12-part story that includes weekly 42-page issues. And I think this is part 8 that I just finished. And I really hope it's finished soon. It's not a bad story, and the backup is the best part of the book. The backup is this story about a young boy growing up in the Gotham system and just kind of getting screwed at every turn. And all along the way, like, he's got this vendetta against Batman. And so as he gets older and as we see him start interacting with the characters, of course, that you know that he's eventually going to interact with in the book, the storytelling, I think, is some of the best part of it. So the backup story in the back of Detective Comics right now, big thumbs up. I'm loving it. The rest of the book, it's pretty. I really enjoyed the artwork, but the overall storytelling seems to be dragging on, and I'm definitely ready to be moving on to the conclusion of it. And that leaves us with my number 1 pick of the week, and I can't see the camera, so I can't tell if you can already see it, but if you can't, it is Ghostwriter number 1 from Marvel Comics. I think the Ghostwriter character is cool, but don't know a whole lot about him. I mean, I read I feel like it was a Garth Ennis miniseries lots of years ago that had like these really cool crane covers. And I've read some of the classic like X-Men storylines and crossovers and whatnot, but never read like the Silver Age Ghostwriter books. This book, I didn't know if I was going to know enough information to kind of go into this number 1 issue. And I feel like I have a pretty good understanding. I know who Johnny Blaze is. I have a kind of an understanding of the legacy stereotype character that he is. And so I feel like this is pretty much a good introduction to new readers, because it definitely seems like they are selling and, you know, giving you the full treatment of who Johnny Blaze is. You get some awesome hallucination scenes. There's great, like, horrifying art in the book. Overall, it's done by Percy Smith and Valenza, and this was the best book all week. Just so much fun. I don't think it matters if you're a Ghostwriter fan already. If you're not, start it out. I think this seems like a good place to start. It's new to me, and I'm loving it. So definitely check out Ghostwriter number 1. It's my 2 big thumbs up of the week. Thanks so much for sticking around and listening about my day off reading comics. And make sure to hit your subscribe button down below. Hit the bell for notifications so you know when I'm posting a new video. And please give me a thumbs up below, big like, and comment. Let me know what books you picked up this week. Let me know if you agree with my pick of the week, and let me know what I should pick up next week, because I now have weekly comic deliveries. So thank you so much for watching. Remember, when all else fails, take a nap.